Do you think after nuclear war will survive only cockroaches? And what will you say after watching this video? You will know about the events when person is found alive and moreover unhurt among thousands of dead bodies. What or who helps him to survive where other thousands of people died? Sit back and relax, we are beginning. February 2007, German paraglider Eva Wishnerska made usual training flight. In 2 hours after beginning of this flight, good weather suddenly changed to the strong storm. Eva Wichnerska's paraplane was caught by the strong anabatic wind and she was brought directly in storm cloud. Soon the sportswoman was at a height of 10 kilometers. Because of pieces of ice and gloominess around, the girl didn't see anything. Downpour, hail showers and heavy turbulence didn't give her any chance to get out. The temperature went below 50 C. There was too little oxygen that it was impossible to breathe. Eva fainted. She was in a faint about 40 minutes. Doctors say it saved her life. The sportswoman came round when her imploded under the weight of her paraplane began to swoop down. But she had a great stroke of luck because it deployed at a height of 7 kilometers again. And Eva was able to land safely. She got severe freeze burns but she was alive although had little chances. From 1942 the lightning struck park ranger Roy Sullivan 7 times. The man survived after all 7 strokes and was included into Guinness Book of World Record. Most accidents took place on the territory of Shenandoah National Park, Virginia, USA, where Sullivan had been working for 36 years. In 1969 the lightning, perhaps, missed and struck by turn in 2 trees that grew on both sides of the road where Roy was riding at that moment. In the beginning it struck into the first tree and then into the trunk of the second tree through lowered car windows where Lord of Lighting's situated. Unfortunately, I can't delight you of happy end. In 1983 Sullivan committed suicide by shot to his head. The reasons were not cleared up. Nigerian Harrison Okin worked as a cook on towboat Jackson 4. In May 2013 it ran into a gale that overturned the boat. It began to settle down. In that time Harrison was in the bathroom. By a happy chance, he was able to go to the engineer's cabin, where small air pocket appeared. While settling down, other crew members were in their cabin, that's why they all died. When towboat had sunk to the bottom, Harrison parted from his life in thoughts. With each inhale he had less oxygen left and he had no opportunity to find his way out. From time to time the man heard loud sounds. These were sharks and barracudas eating his dead friend. But anyway he was alive. In 3 days he was found safe and sound and he was picked up from the ocean floor by South African lifeguards. In the late summer evening 1985 inhabitant of 28 years Camerona Halima Souley, who had been living with her family on the coast of the Lake Nios, heard strange roaring. Her house trembled and joggled and then Halima fainted. She didn't see when strong stream that was like geyser raised up from the lake. In some minutes the cloud with the height more than 100 meters appeared underwater surface. The wind blew it under the ground. That night it destroyed almost every mouse and man within a radius of 30 kilometers. Sally came to herself next morning. Opened her eyes, she saw a horrible picture, all her family was dead. Not being beside herself with the horror, the woman ran out the street where dead pets were lying. Realized that everybody except her died, the woman began to scream awfully. Generally the tragedy claimed lives of about 200 people. As it turned out later, almost everybody of them dead asleep. Upon scientists' words, blown along this place and consisted deathful concentrations of carbon dioxide poisonous cloud killed everybody. Isotopic composition of carbon dioxide and oxygen showed that gases came into the lake from Earth interior. For a long time, they had been just gathering in bottom waters. And then in rainy period too much colder and denser water came into the lake from the rivers. At the supreme moment it went down and saturated with carbon dioxide layers raised to the surface in a split second. And finally, X-Men. 76-year-old Vanuatuan Lick Simelum overlived successfully dozens of natural disasters for all his life. These were volcanic eruptions, soil slips, earthquakes as well as tornadoes. For the first time the nature tried to kill Simelum when he was 11. At that time he lived on small island Ambrim. When volcanic eruption took place on the island, Simelum with his family ran to the island and died. In less than a month, when strong downpour that caused soil slips began. One of them hit Simelum's house. His father and brother died, but fortunately Simelum wasn't at home when it happened. Soon the rest alive members of his family moved to the island Ethade. He already in adult life Simelum overlived tsunamis and 2 tornadoes destroyed his house by turn, as well as some floods and soil slips. In 2009 Simelum had to leave his place of living again when destructive earthquake took place on the Ethade island with magnitude of 8 scores on the Richter scale. It's wonderful, but whatever the nature tried to do, this person is still alive. That's all. If you like this video, click subscribe, raise your thumb and share this video in networks. See you.